Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel again. And in this video, I want to share with you something that I had been doing all this while intuitively, and that is productive procrastination. And as usual, I'll link the timestamps in the description below, but here's what I'm going to go through. First, what is productive procrastination? Second, why do we fall into it? And third, how can we get out of it? So that said, let's dive right in. So first, what is productive procrastination? And I think I should start with a quote really to get the point across. And the quote is, anyone can do any amount of work, provided it isn't the work he is supposed to be doing at the moment. So me making this video, when really I should be studying for my finals because I have them coming up in less than a week, is productive procrastination. And similarly, cleaning your room, feeling organized by organizing your desktop, organizing your desk, or doing any of those related things, or really learning about how to learn better without actually learning the thing that you're supposed to be learning, all are just forms of productive procrastination. And I think it really applies to me more than to anyone else because, well, I'm making this video and I could be studying for my finals, but I know that I don't really want to study for my exams right now, and I really want to take a break and just sort of relax and make this video and put something out there. So if I were to define productive procrastination in just one sentence, I would say that it's an act of self-deception that essentially allows you to do the thing that you're doing and keep yourself busy and avoid the real thing, all guilt-free. And I think this definition really summarizes what exactly productive procrastination is, for me at least, because each time I feel like I'm doing something productive, I'm actually avoiding something more important that could be done at the same time. And I'm not saying that this video or my podcast or newsletter or anything that I do is not as important, but using it as a means to avoid something that is incredibly more important in the current time frame is something that I should be avoiding going forward. So why do we really fall into productive procrastination? And I think there are a bunch of reasons why we actually tend to do this, but they're all connected, so I'm just going to say them all at once. The main point though is that the real stuff is actually hard. And we as humans, because we are primed for avoiding failure, we are primed for the path of least resistance, and we're essentially primed for avoiding frustration of any kind, and yet we want to feel good about ourselves, we inevitably resort to productively procrastinating by doing a bunch of little things that actually don't lead us anywhere, but that at least make us feel good in the moment, that we aren't just sitting all day and just watching Netflix and not doing really anything. So we end up covering our lack of motivation or desire to do the hard stuff, well, because it's fundamentally hard and we want to take the easy route out, by productively procrastinating. And Tim Urban, who is the creator of Wait But Why, a great blog which I highly recommend reading, gave an awesome TED talk on this, in which he talks about how there is a rational decision maker and an instant gratification monkey both in our minds at the same time. And when we procrastinate too much, the panic monster comes and essentially scares both of these people away. And then there is, well, panic in the brain. And just understanding procrastination from that sort of very simple perspective was really helpful to me. And I highly recommend just watching that, especially if you're productively procrastinating, by watching this particular video. So finally, how really can we step out of productive procrastination? Well, the first step is definitely to be aware of it, which hopefully now I am, and now you are, if you were productively procrastinating things in the past. And the second step is to implement this idea of the nothing alternative, which is the idea that you simply have no other alternative but to do the thing that you're supposed to be doing. So it works something like this. Let's say you want to write for 4 hours a day, and that is something that you have been productively procrastinating for a long time. So what you do is you just lock yourself up in a room and you don't make it mandatory for yourself to write, but at the same time, you also make it mandatory for you to not do any other thing. So the two rules that you would set up for yourself in the nothing alternative is, one, you don't have to write, and second, you have to avoid any other thing. And just by doing this, and naturally to avoid being bored, you would actually end up writing, which is the whole point of the nothing alternative, that you don't have any other option but to do the thing that you were supposed to be doing in the first place. And for me, that has worked really well because it has helped me do the things that I was productively procrastinating or procrastinating in a very structured way for the longest time. And just by being aware of this sort of thing that I was doing for a long period of time, I was finally able to sort of use the nothing alternative and sit down even for an hour or two. And it need not be 4 hours. It could even start with, like, say 30 minutes or so. So I was able to do that, and finally I was able to do the things and get better at the stuff that really mattered to me. So in my case, it was learning the guitar or working on a side project or even writing for that matter. So yeah, this was pretty much it for this week's video. I hope you liked it. Let me know how you feel in the comments below or just reach out to me with any feedback. And I'm looking forward to meeting you in the next video. Thank you so much.